जय जय राम श्री राम जय राम जय जय राम ओम 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 जय जय श्री राम जय राम जय जय राम ओम 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 श्री राम
Shri Ram, Jai Ram, Jai Jai Ram Om. Shri Ram, Jai Ram, Jai Jai Ram Om.
Shri Ram, Jai Ram, Jai Jai Ram Om. Shri Ram, Jai Ram, Jai Jai Ram Om.
Shri Ram, Jai Ram, Jai Jai Ram Om. Shri Ram, Jai Ram, Jai Jai Ram Om.
Shri Ram, Jai Ram, Jai Jai Ram Om. Camera is not coming, sir. Why? Not showing the face.
Shri Ram, Jai Ram, Jai Jai Ram Om. Shri Ram, Jai Ram, Jai Jai Ram Om.
Shri Ram, Jai Ram, Jai Jai Ram Om. Shri Ram, Jai Ram, Jai Jai Ram Om.
Shri Ram, Jai Ram, Jai Jai Ram Om. Shri Ram, Jai Ram, Jai Jai Ram Om.
Shri Ram, Jai Ram, Jai Jai Ram Om. Shri Ram, Jai Ram, Jai Jai Ram Om.
Shri Ram, Jai Ram, Jai Jai Ram Om. Shri Ram, Jai Ram, Jai Jai Ram Om.
Shri Ram, Jai Ram, Jai Jai
All have not
Ram
come.
Om.
One smaller.
I know. All have not come. Shri Ram, Jai Ram, Jai Jai Ram Om. Shri Ram, Jai Ram, Jai Jai Ram Om.
Shri Ram, camera is not working.
Camera is not working.
Meet can't use your camera. Meet can't use your camera.
Shri Ram, Jai Ram, Jai Jai Ram Om. Shri Ram, Jai Ram, Jai Jai Ram Om.
Try again.
Getting another laptop.
I brought another one.
Shri Ram, Jai Ram, Jai Jai Ram Om. Shri Ram, Jai Ram, Jai Jai Ram Om. Shri Ram, Jai Ram, Jai Jai Ram. Om Shri Ram, Jai Ram, Jai Jai Ram. Hari Om to everybody.
Hari Om. Just say
Pranam, Pranam. Namaskaram. There is some traffic jam here. But you are hearing, you know?
Yeah, Samji, now they will see also.
they are here.
They will see from here.
It will not come here.
No,
can
no.
come from-
They will come from this. And no, hearing and seeing will be from there, here. And I will mute the volume louder.
That is enough.
And no, for you to share, Swamiji, for sharing the file, you will have to use that. Only for sharing file. We'll mute this one. This will be muted. Not now. Okay. Go to. Why is it so small? 100%.
No camera found.
Yeah. No, we'll just do it, no, ma. Something is wrong with this one. Video is not working. Video is working from here. Okay, now this will problem. Any problem. This will work fine. This you will share from here, Swamiji, and people
Sound.
will see from here.
Mute,
Here.
you have muted, no?
That is okay. They will hear from here, Swamiji. They will hear from here. Here, I'll unmute this one. 1 minute. Now ask everyone. Everyone can hear now?
Yes.
Yes.
Yes, ma'am.
I'll increase the volume. Yeah. It will hold it. No, it's not enough for me.
Om Shri Ram, Jai Ram, Jai Jai Ram. Good.
No, but it's going on.
Yesterday we tried to dwell upon chapter number chapter number 12. Correct. That's it. At least somebody is listening now. People who are here, they are keeping mum. of the whole chapters. Suppose if I take one each, it will be wonderful, wonderful, wonderful. But in totality, when we look at it, this 20 sloka, which is there in the 12th chapter, especially the last 7 slokas, I think if I live up to it, if I understand it, if I try to live up to it, I may not be able to, nobody will be able to live up to it. If we try to live up to it some percentage, then the whole purpose of this Gita Yatra will be served. There are about 35 values, if I remember right, 35, or 20, 35, numbering 35 in 7 slokas. Even if we forget everything, if we are not in a position to remember anything from Bhagavad Gita, if these 7 slokas, it gives us some idea. That means the Lord is defining who is my dearest devotee. All of us are devotees of God. There is no question about it, no doubt about it. But how do I become a dearest devotee of God? Huh? Huh?
This sound, that's the use switch off. That is gonna.
People are getting it from the thing is not charged.
No problem. Audio is going on here.
What is not charged?
This is not charged, so electricity.
In this audio is going
I will tell Shinoj to put on the generator.
You can take this, and get charged. Here it is fully charged.
No, but the video is not coming in that.
Video is not coming. Who's
No,
that?
in this one video is not coming. So
Who's that?
yeah, only
Who's
audio,
that?
the video is not coming.
Here it is, no video.
Not there. That the video is coming from that one.
Suppose you don't take it, what will
Video,
happen?
only audio will be visible just now.
That is enough,
Okay, Swamiji. So today it's enough. Okay, then we'll put it on this one.
Last you can offer it, that's all.
Okay, done. Done. Oh, this can't go off. It has to connect people in. Sorry. It has to connect people in.
Why this confusion you can't understand?
No, we set it right after the satsang is over, Swamiji.
All of you can hear, no? No, all mute. Whatever you say, we can't hear.
They are all talking. We are not able to hear. They are all.
She's nodding, yes.
She's nodding.
They're all nodding from you.
Huh?
They can hear. We are not able to hear.
They're able to hear you.
One second.
Swamiji, your
Yeah. Ours is.
Audio.
Now, can you hear? Can you reply now?
Lena?
Yeah. Speak.
Where?
Speak. Very good. Thank you.
That is enough.
That is enough. No need for a video, please.
Done. I'll just connect this.
So, Dave, till yesterday, we were going through chapter by chapter, overview, not chapter by chapter, overview of chapters, and then finally landed in 12th chapter, which is called Bhakti Yoga, in which the Lord enumerates in the last 7 slokas, who is my dearest devotee. What came to our mind was, even if we are not in a position to understand anything about Srimad Bhagavad Gita, if we concentrate, because our purpose is
It's come.
to become aware of His presence, Even now when we are talking, somewhere in the corner of our mind, subconscious level, if it is there, that He is making us to talk. He has a life force, He has consciousness, He has intelligence, He has given me a sense of individuality. Now He is feeding me to tell this, conveying me to tell this to His creation. If this much is understood, why?
This one I'm putting on that side. Then video and audio both.
To a very great extent, we have understood Bhagavad Gita. Because the purpose is to become aware of His presence. For that we are trying to understand so many things. But the crux of it, ultimately, we are now trying to somehow become aware that he is behind our thoughts, words, and deeds. And then only we will be able to understand Papa's teachings. When he says, behold divinity in every aspect of this world, Leela. Verily it is he at play in all beings and creatures. That means he is at play, that we should know, It is for that purposes only he is making us to go through Srimad Bhagavad Gita now. So we will not get stuck anywhere in between. Every word we hear from Bhagavad Gita, every word we hear on Bhagavad Gita, every word which we have pondered and it has come out from Bhagavad Gita is to give us a push in making us aware that he is behind, he is behind, he is behind. If this much is clear, immediately after that we are back to square one. So we can assume that we have not become the dearest devotee of the Lord. If I have become the dearest devotee of the Lord, he will not allow me to forget about him. If I become the dearest devotee of the Lord, he will not allow me to become unaware of him. So how to become the dearest devotee? That has been beautifully brought out. 35 values have been brought out, which is not connected with anything beyond our life. It is very much connected with our daily life. So that is why it is so beautiful. So today, instead of going to this next chapter, we thought this may be again gone through, the last 7. He says, Adveshta sarvabhutanam maitra karuna evaja nirmamo nirahankara samadukka sukakshami santushta satatam yogi yatatma dridhanishchayaha mayarpida manobuddhihi yomad bhakta samepriya. Adveshta sarvabhutanam. Malice towards none. Not only human beings, sarva bhutanam, all creations. The moment we hear, we may not be able to live up to it. But this going through this particular word will help us to live up to whatever is possible, no? Somebody who comes here every day morning now, he was deeply involved in politics because the rival group one day manhandled him. He was hospitalized. After 2-3 months, he was discharged. Again, after 3-4 months, when he was going in an auto rickshaw, he saw the person who had beaten him and who caused severest damage to his body. He was waiting for the bus in the bus stop. This person stopped the auto rickshaw, called him, "Where are you to go?" He was highly embarrassed. He was responsible for his hospitalization. So he was reluctant. So immediately the affected person said, "Don't worry, I had to work out my prarabdha, you have to work out your prarabdha. Forget about it. Please come now. Where are you to be dropped?" Adveshta sarvabhutanam. No? Malice towards none. Suppose we try to understand the example, then this is what all of us in our life so far lived. There have been many occasions probably where we would have been subjected to go through so many such trying moments, or we would have witnessed somebody going through, and then somebody may stand out who is in a position to rise above this and be free from hatred, bias delusion, prejudice. Like that, so many incidents. When we were going through many, I think a couple of decades back, we started working upon these particular 7 slogas. And for these 35, we hope almost all 35, we were able to get examples drawn from contemporary life. That is why today we are prompted to say that if we go through this particular one and try to understand, not literally anybody can learn it by heart and reproduce. One more we will share. Adveshta sarvabhudanam maitra karuna evaja. Nirmamo. Okay, everything is there, but one more we will take. Nirmamo nirahankara. Nirmamo means, mind, but a lottery ticket wala, many of you know, but those for the sake of those who are hearing it for the first time, in Kanjangad they sell these tickets, what do you call that? Lottery tickets, correct, lottery tickets. You pay 10 rupees, you wait for the day, you may get 1 crore rupees also. So that is his business. He is a middle income group, very honest, straightforward man. He has got fixed clients. They will telephone and tell him, keep this, Kerala lottery for me, Madras, Karnataka lottery for me, this much, this much, this much. So he will put it in the cover, write his name. They will come later and give him the money and he gives the ticket. So one day it so happened, when he telephoned to, when the usual customer telephoned, he put it in the cover and that person could not come in the next 2 days. And the third day, the result was out. And when it was checked up, it was revealed to the ticket vendor that the ticket that is there in somebody's cover, he got 1 crore rupees. This must have happened 10-15 years back, okay? What he did, he immediately telephoned to that person. He has not even paid the money. He telephoned to that person and said, the ticket earmarked for you has earned 1 crore, come and collect it, the ticket. He was shocked. Even I have not paid, but this man telephones. So he went there. He handed over the cover. He paid the ticket charges. So he asked him, I have not paid. Then why did you telephone? He said, no, it is meant for you, you take it. Well, somehow, the press reporters happened to hear about this and they came out in the newspaper. And after a few days, he was brought here. At the time of the Satsang, he was brought here. So we asked him, you are in need of funds. You have been in this profession. Somebody has asked you to buy, but they have not come and collected it. So technically, the ticket is yours. Why did you telephone? You know what he said? My father told me when I was a child, what is yours, that only will stay with you. In your mind, on that particular moment, you have separated this and the ownership has been transferred to that person. Because of our close relationship, he would not have come. That's all. That doesn't alter the ownership of this thing. Who says? A man who is not talking any philosophy. A man who has not had any much education. And not that he is well off. He is struggling to make both ends meet. It was a big eye-opener. Nirmamo. Is it practically possible or at all talk? It is possible. We may fail. We may have, our mind may interpret and say, he has not paid, so I can have it. But I am seeing a person who has no such philosophical background or what you call spiritual background or any he goes early morning, gets up, looks after his family, goes for his to eke out his livelihood, goes back. Honesty, sincerity, everything is there. And he is holding this value. He is the dearest devotee of the Lord. Nirmamo Nirahankara. One of our devotees in Mangalore, he went on a North Indian tour. During April, May, it will be very hot, north, very hot, summer. So in good old days, every station, in every station, now it may not be there, we have seen that 30, 40 years back when we went, we have seen that. Every station will have a big madka, earthen pot, and water will be there. As soon as the train stops, there will be somebody to take water and give to anybody, or people will get down from there and crowd around the place where the pot is there, and they will give. They don't take any money. But the person who takes he will not leave. At least he will put some coin in the madka. So in one of the stations, this devotee who is from Mangalore, he also wanted water. So if you remember right, it was in Agra, Mathura, Agra, yes, Agra station. So train stopped. He wanted water, madka water. So somebody was coming there, taking the madka water and giving to everybody. So this man was touched. Very young and energetic person. He doesn't look to be a worker or something. With joy he was distributing water. Whenever it goes empty, again goes, fills it up and then gives. So this man accepted a glass of water, one or two glasses of water, then put some money in his pocket. He refused to take. He told him, it's because of my joy. No, it's all right. So he had to get down. He had to get down in the other Agra station also. Before he came out, this was the scene. So he took a room in the hotel. In the evening he was going round. Suddenly he saw a small shop in front of a hotel and he wanted to buy something. But suddenly he saw from the side that young and energetic person who was serving water. He is sitting on the cash table. So he asked this person who was in the shop, who is that? He said, he is the proprietor. Proprietor. He entered into the hotel, quite a big hotel, lot of workers, everybody are there. And this man was as enthusiastically as he was there in the morning, receiving money from the customers, giving them a good smile. So he immediately went and saw, and then this man, elderly person, he came there and did a Sashtanga Namaskar. The other man, young man, immediately got, what are you doing, uncle? No, I never knew that you are the proprietor of this. Today morning, when you were serving with everybody with water, I gave some money to you, thinking that would help you in your life. Now only I come to know that you are the proprietor. I salute before you, please forgive me. Then he came out, he touched the devotee's feet and said, this is my profession. There I get joy. People will be thirsting for water. And so when we give water to them who really need it, we get some joy. It is only for that purpose we are going there. But immediately the Mangalore man said, you could have employed somebody, but you did not do that. He said, if I employ somebody, I will not get this joy, directly. So nirahankar, absence of me and mine. There are like that, each one samadukka sugakshami. equal in Sukha and Dukkha. Like that, suppose we start digging out, oh, he is dearest to the Lord, he is dearest to the Lord. Rest of the things we may not be able to keep up, to sit on for meditation or this and that. But these are all something which is related to our workaday life, where we do it just for the sake of, not to become a devotee of God, just for the sake of our own fulfillment, our own joy, joy from a Nishkama Seva. Nothing you expect. The involvement itself gives you the joy. Later on, when we go through this 12th chapter, we find that he becomes the dearest devotee of the Lord. It is not the other way. We learn something and try to become his devotee. No. We try to live a devotee's life without knowing that we are his devotees, and later on get it confirmed through Bhagavad Gita. Is that become clear? First you learn, this is the problem with this academic knowledge. We first form a concept about who is the dearest devotee and then try to live up to it. Ego will be there always. Whereas, suppose we start doing these things and then check up later on, then we get assurance, oh, he prompted me to do that because of his love for me. He provided the prompting, he provided the field, he provided the wherewithal. Now I know that I am a devotee of God, dearest devotee. This is a great lesson we learn from this 12th chapter. So Bhagavad Gita, we are only trying to evaluate where we are. It is not that we learn something from Bhagavad Gita and try to implement it. No. If that is the answer, so many people have written Bhagavad Gita, so many people have gone through that. It has not had its role at all. So now we take it that when we try to live up to a balanced life, a life which gives us inexplicable joy, not because of its result, but because of the very involvement. Because of the very involvement. Profusely thanking him for prompting us to do that, and you not merely prompting us, prompting is there, but if there is no field, what will I do? And field is there, prompting is there. If you don't have the wherewithal, the material. So all these things have been blessed. We are blessed with all these things. And then suddenly we remember. When somebody says you are doing so many, immediately we remember all these three things have not been done by me. God has been gracious enough to provide me this prompting, provide me this field, provide me with the material. That itself gives us joy. And later on, he will be mysteriously led to the teachings of Bhagavad Gita, where he gets assured, oh, correct, I have now understood what is Nishkam Seva. Without any desire for any fruits of action. And doing it with joyfully. It is not merely the literal meaning of this. The more we plunder deep into it. In our life, we would have seen many such things. A vice chancellor of a big university, Aligarh, you don't remember, Lucknow University, yes. After retirement, every day morning, he will see to it that wherever there are potholes, in the road, where the vehicle will get bumped, and then, suppose there is water, it will be splashed on the person who is walking nearby. He makes it a regular practice to fill up one or two every day. he will take the materials and put it and then do it. Silently. Suddenly somebody saw, then followed him and then asked all details. Then he said, I was once subjected to. When I was walking, this had happened. So instead of blaming others, blaming the department, blaming people, blaming the driver, God is providing me a field to work. He has provided me a good health. He has provided me to buy the needed material. Why should I not do it? Like that, we have, I think about 100, na?
Sorry, about 105 from that way to minus about 20.
105 examples we were able to take from these 7 slokas. 35 values, which we wanted to share with you all. We have put it in PPT. Those who are interested, they can have it. Many people are taking it. Because it is not a tall talk. It is drawn from daily life with name and address. Many touching. Then only we realize they have not studied Bhagavad Gita. But through them we are understanding Bhagavad Gita. This is the great lesson. It is not academic learning that gives us the real learning. Academic learning gives us some, this is what that. It is an intellectual assessment, that's all. But here we come, this will give us one more aspect. Whenever we walk, whenever we travel, whenever we look.
We couldn't hear. Can you repeat what you said? Oh, then we mute them.
I think it's our own words, huh?
No, I'm not ours.
No, I only wanted the examples, that's all.
She just wanted examples.
So it is there. We won't say it is foolproof or 100%, but all those things are facts. A barber, when he after retirement from his profession, he goes to the nearest park with a small motor and razor, whatever requisites are needed to give a crop cut and shaving. He goes there and sits. Those who cannot afford to go to the barber shop, he will call them, why have you not shaved? Then he gives them a good shave or cut, and then he doesn't charge anything. He was asked, he said, I have retired from my profession, but this is the only way by which I can serve. I don't know anything else. They may not talk of any philosophy. They may not talk of any Nishkam Seva or anything. But they are bringing into their very life. We got his photo, address, Maitra Karunevajam. Like that, we may be able to bring, I think tomorrow or day after, immediately after this, one day we will show that PPT so that every one of you can something. That will give us a lot of clarity about Gita in action. So our purpose is not to learn the slokas or its meaning. Our purpose is to have this in our mind. God has paraded before us, everything before us. When He has brought us into this, though He made us to become unaware of Him, He gave us a long rope by which we started arrogating that we are independent, we can plan, we can do everything independently. He gave all those things, freedom. At the same time, He has also provided everything there. So that one day we will start recognizing. At all times it has been there. And every now and then He causes some problem like tsunami or COVID or something like that. Whereby on a massive scale this is touched and kindled in the hearts of Millions of people. And during the COVID period, we have a big file we used to share with children, with photo. How everybody identified themselves with the needy and deserving, with no expectation in return. Somehow, some reporter, some presswala happened to know about this, and he puts it in a brief press release that somehow we were able to go and look at it, and the whole thing, we cut it and then took a photograph, and then they gave the details and brought it in the form of a small file. Because that gives us the direct meaning of Bhagavad Gita, direct meaning of spirituality in workaday life, direct meaning of stretching ourselves to a wider dimension. The me and mine is, not preventing us to think anything about like that. But here we find me to we, and finally me to him, we to him, which is what we all want as devotees of God. As somebody beautifully put it, to know him is jnana, to love him is bhakti, to serve him is karma. We all talk so much about spirituality, He has put it in a very small way. To know him is jnana. When we say he, not a person, it's a power. Indwelling and all-pervading power. The power behind anything and everything, including the one which is now talking. To know him is jnana, to love him is bhakti, to serve him is karma. If we try to capture any one dimension, we get the other two also simultaneously. So this we wanted to share today. So in the 12th chapter, kindly keep on, those of you who have got this, I will just read out that slogas so that someday when you hear, you may be able to remember. Adveshta sarva bhutanam maitra karuna evaja nirmamo nirahankara samadukha sugakshami santushta satatam yogi yatatma drida nischaya mayyarpita mano buddhihi yo madbhakta same priya. Yasmanno dvijate loko, lokanno dvijate chayah, harsha amarsha bhaya udvegai, mukto yasacha me priya, anapeksha shuchir dhaksha, utasino gatavyatah, sarvaramba parityagi, yo madbhakta same priya, yo na krishyati na dveshti, न शोषति न कांक्षति शुभा शुभ परित्यागी भक्तिमान यः समे प्रियः समौ शत्रौ च मित्रे च तथा मानापमानयोः शीतोष्ण सुख दुःखेषु समसंग विवर्जितः तुल्य निंदा स्तुतिर्मौनी संतुष्टो येन केनचित् अनिकेतस्थिरमतिः भक्तिमान मे प्रियो नरः ये तु धर्म्यामृतमिदं यथोक्तं पर्युपासते श्रद्धाना मत्परमा भक्तास्ते अतीव मे प्रिया. He is the dearest. Finally he closes like that. What happened? What happened? The English, what we read out was the slogas. The Lord says, those who live like this, holding on to such and such virtues, are very dear to me. Step by step, let us practice these virtues. Malice towards none, friendliness, compassionate, free from feelings of I and mine, even-minded in pain and pleasure, forbearing, ever content, steady in meditation, self-controlled, possessed of firm conviction, with mind and intellect fixed on him, by whom world is not agitated. Who cannot be agitated by the world? Free from excessive joy, intolerance, fear and anxiety, harsha, amarsha, bhaya, udvega, free from dependence, pure, efficient, excellent in everything, positively indifferent, untroubled, not initiating any self-centered activity, free from hatred, grievance, desires, renouncing good and evil, full of devotion, same to friend and foe, honor and dishonor, same to friend and foe, honor and dishonor, heat and cold, all pairs of opposites, like pleasure and pain, censure and praise, and who is silent, content with anything, not owning anything, steady-minded. We may possess, but not own. Without possession, many people cannot live. Some basic possession will be there, but ownership, no. Those who practice these 24 hours a day with great Shraddha, keeping me as the final goal, he is dearest to me. This is how he enters this 12th chapter. This, greatest advantage is when once he has enlisted us as his dearest devotee, then the passage is very smooth. We don't have to bother about anything. We will also later on realize that all these come from spontaneity. It is not a product of a thought. All these things just comes out. God is revealing himself in those forms. The me and mine is not at all there. No? The me and mine steps out as it were. Bombay, when they were having floods, and especially the first floor, second floor, everything was submerged in water. Everybody somehow they were able to go to the upper floors. But a team of people immediately they engaged who were not affected much. They prepared this roti, sabji, everything, took it in a boat, and to every building they were giving. They were not knowing the beneficiaries. Their only consideration is give, give, give. Even when the tsunami took place, when we went there to see that, so many kids. There, you don't go for any publicity. You don't know the beneficiary, and you are not just distributing it. Packed. Whatever is needed is calculated and put it in that kit. So that is how God makes us to see him in action. That is why he provides once in a way such calamities, so that we people can have a direct experience. It is not a tall talk. Spirituality is not something to be learned in the way in which we learn. It is something to be experienced. There the me and mine is not there, the learner is not there. The heart becomes so pure, it just opens out, God reveals through him. The me and mine, so spontaneity. Some of you might be remembering at the very start when we were reading out the introductory portion, we remembered some Papa said, spontaneity of life born out of egoless purity. That is the one which rings through the entire Gita. That's what he said. The spontaneity means, spontaneity born out of egoless purity. We were trying to understand it literally, but now we are trying to understand it through whatever he has made us to witness. So we request everybody to kindly go through these 7 slogas, 8 slogas, and start looking for such examples which God has provided you to hear about it, to know about it, to witness about it. At that time, you would have simply appreciated somebody, that's all. Oh, such a wonderful work you are doing, that's all. Now it's not like that. God is providing the field, God is providing the prompting, God is providing the material. And God chose you because you are one of His dearest devotees. Oh, this I become aware now. So we keep on praying Him. The moment I feel that I have to do, then it is lost. So please take over. You are given this body, mind, intellect. You are given this sense of individuality. And you have provided a big field. And you are sitting there as the indwelling reality. Please allow it to go. Don't allow the me and mine to step in and interpret everything in its own limited, finite way. So before we close this Gita, one day last day we will put this PPT. It will be definitely an inspiring one for everybody. So learning from this chapter, Lord Krishna says, if you are unable to fix the mind steadily on me, practice is the way. If you are unable to practice this also, do actions for my sake. Even if this is not possible, abandon the fruit of action. Better indeed is knowledge than blind abhyasa. Meditation is better than knowledge. Renunciation of fruit of action is better than meditation. Then, you become unconditional. The air we breathe is unconditional, it doesn't specify. It doesn't specify, it doesn't demand any recognition. It doesn't demand anything from us, but still continues to give. All the 5 elements you just think, even the very sun, even the vegetables, all the Panchabhutas, all the creature comforts which we are enjoying. Nobody has specified the beneficiary. And what am I doing? I start from me and mine. So last word, renunciation of fruit of action is better than meditation. Peace immediately follows renunciation. So if I am in a position to get over to this fruit of action, just I am prompted, I do, that's all. There ends the whole matter. No suffix, no prefix. Devotion is of 2 kinds, one to form and the other formless. The doubt arises as to which is superior. Worship to the form with the supreme Shraddha and ever steadfast, as also worship to the formless by those who have subdued all the senses, even-minded everywhere, engaged in the welfare of all beings. Both take to the same goal. Shraddha. At the same time, it is difficult for a common man to concentrate on the formless. In such cases, by reducing one's need to the minimum, becoming positively sensitive to the needs and sufferings of the fellow creatures, bringing out excellence in whatever one is engaged in, not becoming a burden to anyone else in any form, one will be able to become his devotee. All these points are covered in 7 shlokas numbering 35. Devotion is not praying for things you are unwilling to work for. It is an acknowledgement of nature's bounty. It is gratitude for all that you have been blessed with. The prayer. We are not asking for this and that to the Lord. We are only recognizing this through this prayer, how gracious you have been. In spite of my indifference, my neglect, you still continue to help me. In my childishness, I may develop so many desires, so many concepts, so many things, and make myself miserable, make others also miserable. But still, in your own way, you make us realize what is the purpose of this life. So like that, prayer is a channel, Papa used to say, a channel between you and him. It is a channel. So this prayer, we keep on doing it as many times as possible a day. Then we will move to the 13th chapter. Just Kshetra, Kshetratnya, Vibhaga Yoga. Two things, the knower of the body and the body. Kshetra is the field, Kshetratnya is the knower of the field. So now Gita is helping us to understand this. We have not understood so far. We have confused. In the state of ignorance, the soul mistakenly identifies itself with the body, leading to an oblivion of its true essence, the Atman. In this delusion, the soul perceives the transient world shaped by Prakriti as the only reality. It forgets its eternal and immortal nature. This ignorance is perpetuated by the gunas, which ensnare the soul in their web. Therefore, understanding the distinction between Purusha, the immutable, eternal, actionless Atman, and Prakriti, the ever-changing dynamic force, is essential. So, Prakriti and Purusha, knower of the field and the field. This divine knowledge, when internalized and practiced, liberates the soul from the grip of Prakriti. At the moment, I have imprisoned myself within the body-mind-intellect complex. I have not recognized that there is a power, enlivening power in me, which only makes the body-mind-intellect complex active, lively. I have confused myself. So here the Lord says, you are different from this equipment. That is the field. You are the knower of the field. This chapter guides the seeker in discerning the difference between the body, referred to as the field or kshetra, and the Atman, known as the knower of the field or kshetratna. In essence, the matter equipment and the perceived world constitute the world, while the supreme consciousness, which illuminates and appears to operate within the field, is the knower. However, it must be understood that one is a knower only while within a field of the knowable. This final word is also very important. The knower, the creation is possible only because of the creator. But the existence of a creator is possible to know only through a creation. So both are valid. Because if there is no creation, how will we know about the creator? So Bhakta and Bhagavan. Through a Bhakta, we come to realize the Bhagavan in us. The Bhagavan expresses himself through a Bhakta. So both are valid. The only thing is we should know the difference between Bhakta and Bhagavan. At the moment we have confused and we have got stuck. We don't recognize the Bhagavan. We think we are this body-mind-intellect complex. To truly comprehend an object, we must understand its inner essence, not just its outward form. Similarly, recognizing the indwelling spirit within the outer form is vital. This spirit acts as the observer and controller of the body, mind, intellect. The body is merely an instrument, not an end in itself. When this understanding becomes firmly rooted, and the undue importance given to the body diminishes. Undue importance. There is an importance, but undue importance. The spirit, when functioning matter, creates a living organism. The eternal truth is that veiled in matter. It is thou. Hence, to realize the infinite spirit, one must strip away the layers of matter, which requires precise knowledge of the elements that constitute the realm of matter within. This discrimination between the inner material equipment and the vibrant spark of life, the spirit, is explored in this chapter, aptly titled Kshetra Kshetratnya Vibhaga Yoga. The process of undressing matter is essentially the practice of meditation. This chapter explains the posture, attitude, techniques of meditation. It also elaborates on what the integrated mind and intellect must do during meditation to withdraw from external distractions and realize the infinite self. To deepen understanding, the Lord describes the body as the field and he himself as the knower of the field. The field comprises the great primordial elements, egoism, causal, unmanifested nature, the 10 senses, the mind, the 5 objects of the senses, desires, aversions, pleasure, pain, the aggregate, intelligence, fortitude. So tomorrow we will go through this. It gives us a clear cut, it dissects so that we will try to understand. Not carried away by the impression that we are the body, mind, intellect. There is an enlivening principle behind it. And that is the one which makes the body, mind, intellect function. There are about 30 slokas. We will go through that one by one and then also try to get the learnings from this. Very important for all of us. Learning we will just read out. What is expected of us is that we seek to rise higher and higher, going beyond body consciousness, trying to fill our being with God. For action there are 3 steps: concept, effort and fruition. When an action is done with God remembrance, the fruit of the action is dedicated to Him. In fact, the power behind the action and the power behind enjoying the fruit of action is the Lord only. Therefore, He is also behind the very concept. Furthermore, the Lord enumerates over 20 values. Here also values are coming. Apart from this 35 which we saw, in this 13, the sloka. Why does He bring it? Mental and emotional qualities, moral attitudes, ethical principles that are indispensable for a seeker to apprehend and experience the infinite life. The knower of the field is characterized as one who, though functioning through all senses, remain beyond the senses. Who though unattached, sustains all. Who though devoid of gunas, experiences them all. The more we expand internally, the more we understand that the body is different from the spirit, the faster we become one with the Lord. The Lord is at first the silent spectator. He encourages us when we ascend to the moral plane, start doing good deeds. That is why 20 values have been. Amanittam, Adambitvam, Ahimsa, Shantirarjavam, Acharyo, Pasanam, Shaujam, Nityamatma, Vinigraham, Indriyarteshu, Vairagyam, Anahankaram, Evaja, Janma, Mrityu, Jaravyadi, Dukkha, Dosha, Anudarshanam. Like that, it keeps on bringing these 20 values. Suppose when we ponder over it, we start our mind getting more and more purified, the actions become more and more selfless. So the Lord at first is a silent spectator in us. He encourages us when we ascend to the moral plane, start doing good deeds. When our efforts are found inadequate to remove subtle impurities, we pray to Him and He rushes His help to us. We should then dedicate the fruit of action to Him, let Him be the enjoyer thereof. Finally, we should surrender to Him in the right to make our resolves and let our whole life be suffused with Him. This is man's ultimate goal. The seeker is to reach this goal, soaring the two wings of Karma Yoga and Bhakti Yoga. This sloga is also very, very important. Upadrashta, Anumanta, cha Bhakta, Bhokta, cha Maheshwara. Paramatmedi chapyukto dehesmin purishap. Upadrashta, Anumanta. Upadrashta means just he watches. Anumanta, he congratulates, gives us whenever we do good thing. Bharta, he is the ruler. Bhokta, he is the enjoyer. And Maheshwara, he is the Lord. So step by step, how does he make us? This is a beautiful in every chapter, probably after this speed run, we may be able to locate one or two stanzas which stand out, which gives us the theme in a most understandable manner without applying our mind too much. This is one of the slogas. More about it, we will do it tomorrow. Kshetra Kshetrat Yoga. Everything is important. When we go through that only, we try to understand. Om Shri Ram, Jai Ram, Jai Jai Ram. Om Shri Ram, Ram, Jai Jai Ram. Om. Shri Ram, Jai Ram, Jai Jai Ram. Om Shri Ram, Jai Ram, Jai Jai Ram. Om Shri Ram, Jai Ram, Jai Jai Ram. 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 Om Shri Ram, Jai Ram, Jai Jai Ram. Hari Om to everybody. Pranam. Huh? Namaskar. Hari Om.
Namaskaram, Swamiji.
Namaskar. Plural. Hari Om.
Hari Om. Hari Om, ma'am.
Hari Om.
Pranam to one. Hari Om.
Nobody is getting up.
Pranams to one and all over there.
Huh?
They'll say pranams to each
Pranam to
other.
one and all. Correct.
No, they'll say something.